Let's hear from our next performer, Marium Mohiuddin. Marium loves to communicate, so much so that she spends most of her days trying to help others communicate. In her past life, she was a reporter/editor in Austin and Dallas, and since moving to LA, she volunteers for MPAC and is active in the LA interfaith scene, and I mean active. She currently sits on 6 interfaith boards. You can clap for that. 2 years ago, Marium became a NewGround fellow, and now she's a proud Jewslim. She probably attends more Jewish events than most of the Jews in this room.
So today is the premiere of Star Wars. The best. Oh, I love it. Okay. So by the time we part from here tonight, millions of fans across the world, including most of my family members, those are all my nieces and nephews. Will have seen a movie many of us have been waiting since 1983 to see. And according to early reviews, they will be in Star Wars heaven. Except for me and you. When I learned a month ago that Spotlight fell on December 17th, I was thrown into a really big dilemma. What do I do? Do I attend the event for which I had been preparing for 3 months? Or do I go to the life-altering, monumental experience for which I had been waiting a lifetime? Yes, a lifetime. To be here today, I sadly returned my Star Wars tickets, and I chose you. I chose NewGround. But I do have to confess that I have a really itchy blaster finger, so I may head out to the ArcLight to watch a movie soon. So I love Star Wars. I have a deep, twisted, sick love for Star Wars. I feel protected by Star Wars and loved by it. The other day, after leaving a friend's party, I paused in front of a billboard because of the amount of love I felt radiating between me and Han and Chewbacca. Oh, did you? No, okay. That's probably the best, okay. Did you pass already? Okay, yeah. So, Return of the Jedi, the third movie from the original trilogy, was the first movie I actually ever remember seeing in America. I was 5 years old, and that was my first exposure to storytelling, and honestly, my first memory of life. So what you need to know is this, is that for the first 5 years of my life, I lived in Karachi, Pakistan, and was raised by my grandparents and 6 of my then single aunts and uncles. I returned to my family and the United States at 5, and every memory of my life beforehand has subsequently been blacked out. So when I saw Return of the Jedi in the theater, my 5-year-old brain exploded. For the confused little girl, struggling to figure out who were these strange people, and kind of feeling a little abandoned, Star Wars was my comfort. Star Wars was my hero. Star Wars was my protective blanket. It was the world I could escape to, and that world was in space. Can I fix the hyperdrive on the Millennium Falcon? Can I get trained by Yoda on Dagobah? From that moment on, all I ever wanted to do in my life was to stand handcuffed in all black on a sail barge on a plank in front of the Sarlacc pit, just to step off, jump, hit the platform, flip backward, grab my lightsaber, thrown to me by my trusty R2-D2, and start kicking ass. Outer space was a place my 2 sisters and I, all of us huge fans, it was a place that we could escape to. My childhood home may not have been the happiest place on earth, and Star Wars took me to a galaxy far, far away where I didn't have to hear my parents fighting or the unhappiness in their voice. In that universe, I wasn't a helpless child. I was the hero, or villain. What kid hasn't longed to have Darth Vader's powers? Does any? Okay, anyways, yeah. Or to tell their parents that these are not the droids they're looking for. Carry on. Carry on. Come on. The universe of Star Wars was not encapsulated or limited. There was so much one could explore on their own. How do you think the legend of Boba Fett grew? Okay, how many know what I'm talking about? Yes, come on. I can see some hands there. Thank you. Star Wars was one of the first stories I saw where a whiny kid whose curly hair and brown skin didn't fit in her community, but could grow up to save the galaxy and be a hero. And there were heroes everywhere. Luke facing the Emperor and his father in the throne room, the Rebel fleet battling the Imperial forces in space, the commando team led by Han and Leia taking out the shield generator and the Force door. Thank you. Star Wars has something for everyone. There's humor. Laugh it up, fuzzball. Okay. There's action. Stay on target. Oh, stay on target. Okay. There's romance. I love you. I know. Oh. There are cool people. You look absolutely beautiful. You truly belong here with us among the clouds. And there are some really great baddies. I find your lack of faith disturbing. And there's actually a deeper message that elevates this film to actually a superior level for me. For a young Muslim girl, it was one of the first films, next to Dune, that seemed to embody the message of Islam. There's no Jesus figure or sacrifice, and the message about the Force was similar to what I understood and believed about God. For me, Star Wars is about Islam. Okay. It deals with the struggle in all of us, the idea that we're answerable for our actions, no person is higher than another person, and faith in God, AKA the Force, can guide you. Plus, it also embraces the dark side in all of us, like there is the dark side of the Force. As a child of depression and sadness, I saw that there could be a path to the light, even if it was through the dark, and it was okay to live in a world of both. So I don't think about Star Wars every day, don't be mistaken, and I don't dress up in costume, though rocking a Princess Leia gold bikini is on my bucket list. It's simple. The movie, the saga, the 6 films, they just make me happy. They make my heart smile. The opening credits make my adrenaline rush. I used to have a Lego Darth Vader on my keychain until someone stole it. I have a Yoda head sitting on my desk. My favorite coffee mug is a picture of Vader declaring, "I am your father." My cat's favorite toy is a stuffed Chewbacca. And on my wall is a beautiful drawing of me as a Jedi, a gift courtesy of my MPAC posse. And my most prized possession is this. That. A fluorescent pink laminated Star Wars Episode 1 place in line card. You know, back in the days when we had to stand in line. So, come on, I was 112. That was a really good place. So, can you remember one of the first things that you did as a child? Tell me, does it bring a smile to your face? Are you lucky enough for it to be something that stretched your mind to its furthest and farthest levels possible? Did it set the pace for the rest of your life? And is it something that has followed you throughout your life? And can you talk to others about it and see the recognition and spark in their eyes about the mutual love for a galaxy where anything is possible, be it dark or light? So what will I be doing tomorrow morning? Because if you can believe this or not, they're showing it 24 hours. I will be watching Star Wars. And maybe later that evening, I'll be backflipping at the lightsaber battle in downtown and kicking some ass.